Hey yo, what's up, my beloved hashtag champions fam? It's the bad guy of WWE champion Zeke 4-0 back with a brand new video. Now, it is finally time, y'all, and it looks like we're out of time because TikTok, modern era striker Karrion Kross, is officially joining the game. Now, within the description of this video are going to be two crucial links. Aside from the link to the blog and the portal to help y'all out, I also have a link to the OG Gear Sans contest breakdown for Karrion Kross, as well as a link to the Broski Merrick's faction boss battle prep guide. So all your answers are going to be there. All the answers to your questions are going to be solidified within those two videos. Support the content creators, support the community. But let's get right into it. From the outside looking in, first and foremost, I love the design for Karrion Kross. It legit looks great. I'm loving that they're starting to make wrestlers who have their outside attire. But personally, I would like that if they got characters like this to have alternative gear that comes with them so you can swap in between the wrestling gear and this gear. Now, I already know that just like Bobby Lashley, I believe it was the striker Bobby Lashley, because I can't think of his epithet right now, but striker Bobby Lashley, he has the drip on, same way as Seth Rollins striker has the drip on, and then they switch into their ring attire when they get into the match. So that's more than likely what's going to happen here with Karrion Kross. Now, I am also going to say this too. With the introduction of Karrion Kross, I would like to see a Scarlet Bordeaux counterpart, not as a card, not as a unit, but as a promoter. One of the first ever non-playable promoters. Someone that you can just attach and equip to your champion instead of having to build them up like the other characters. Scarlet can wrestle, but she's been promoted like a manager because she is his manager. So this might be the introduction of characters like Bobby the Brain Heenan, Paul Heyman, okay? Sensational Sherry. We could get those characters in here now that we have Karrion Kross. You can bring in Scarlet and she can give a killer upgrade to the units that she's attached to. It's so wild now that you gotta decide between calling these champions cards, units, posters. I'm gonna call them units just because I'm coming from the Dokkan community and they say units over there. So I understand content creators can't call them cards. Well, I call them units. To each his own. Some say tomato, some say tomato. Now, looking at Karrion Kross, though, looking at his build, he is a be-all, end-all defensive beast. There's no way around it. He is the epitome of a defensive champion, which is kind of ironic in a sense because, yes, he does a lot of submissions when it comes to his moves in real life, but he's also very offensive oriented, so we'll see where it goes. When it comes to a card like this, if they're going to spam him like they've done countless other units, I could easily see they definitely knocked it out of the park with him being a striker. But I could see him being a striker. I can see him being a technician because of his submissions. I can see him being a powerhouse because he has shown feats of strength. And I can also see him being a trickster. I can see him being those four categories. He is good when it comes to his mic work. I'm not going to take away from that. So it would be a stretch seeing him as a showboat. Acrobat, no way. But striker was definitely knocking it out of the park. But when we look at his moves, obviously you can go on the portal too and check him out. He is just like Ezekiel, not Elias. He is a guy who's implementing this new situation where he can only use certain moves when he's pinned, and he can actually force a skip turn from this situation with the TikTok. It's like the move can only be used while pinned, so he's going to be able to do that. And then he has the cross jacket, but the crossface is going to be creating more mobile gems. The Doomsday Saito is going to allow you to cycle. He's got Time's Up, another move that's going to allow him to create the one-turn countdown gems, which are going to enable him to cycle. So again, I'm already seeing this, and this is just me personally. I'm already seeing something right there with the double yellow. You force the turn. You force a turn. You also put down your countdown gems. The turn skips. You're fully loaded again. person might try to hit you with something crazy, and then you force to skip, you load up again. I'm seeing some type of something like that, and that's just me just looking at it from this perspective here. You're also getting the cross hammer. We're seeing more and more Juggernaut Gem characters coming into play. And it's crazy to think, because I believe the first Juggernaut Gem character that was brought into the game that we were able to use was IOW Icons of WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, if I recall correctly. If I'm wrong, enlighten me down below. But I at least know he was the first free-to-play that we got that used Juggernaut Gems. Then he has the Exploder Suplex, increasing the strength of his multiply gems, which ties into his first submission. And then we have the Roundhouse Kick, which is another, it's probably going to be a very beefy yellow move. So I'm seeing a lot right here, easily the triple yellow. You're going to be able to move the your pin bar to the left a couple notches, similar to Triple H, you know what I mean, Liv Morgan. We're going to be able to cause some crazy pain here. You're going to be able to hit that. You can easily use the time's up to load up your yellows. In the meantime, with the one turn countdown gems that you're able to spam on the board, and then of course you have the pin causing you to force the skip turn. I can easily see the triple yellow looking viable, but again, until the gameplay comes out, who knows what's going to happen. But he has a cool ensemble. I'm not going to lie about that. Now, his coaching ability, take less damage from a submission. Now, during the super sub meta, this would have been critical. Nowadays, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Now, because quite frankly, everything that's built now is basically the one turn you. So the damage is so high enough. Is it really going to matter if you need the sub? I think it's a niche sub ability. It's a niche ability. That's there. It's cool that it's covered. Maybe this means there is going to be the return of submissions. But aside from right now, I think it's a good ability. I just don't think everyone's going to be utilizing it. I think people are just going to be going after him, not only because they're fans of Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, but I also think just because so they can get that faction boss battle bonus. Me personally, Faction Boss is kind of screwed up because, in my opinion, Faction Boss Battle should have a faction contest. It's literally called Faction Boss Battle. The same way you have Faction Feud contest. You know, we have contests when blitzes come around for the faction. It's common sense that there should be a contest for the faction fam, and that way we can handle business like that. But this is going to be one of those boss battles where I feel that boss breakers should be used all around the board. You got them in the game. You might as well should use them. I agree with Merrick's on there. And there's also another thing that I have to discuss from my boy Lucario, Juice Cario, man. One of my broskies I have the utmost love and respect for, man. He brings up some very valid points. Now, I'm not from across the pond. I'm not from across the pond, but I got nothing but love for my international broskies and siskies of the beloved hashtag champions fam. But long story short, he basically put it like the government over UK basically goes like this. They look out for the poor, or they look out for the rich. They take care of the rich. Sometimes they look out for the poor, and then they really don't care about those in between. And that's kind of similar to what I have to agree with Scopely and Champions, man. They take care of the rich. They take care of their whales. Sometimes they'll throw you a Ghostbuster Cena or a Happy Corbin, you know. But when it comes to people who spend, maybe $20, 40, 50, maybe 100 here and there, not so much. So when it comes to the tour, basically from what I'm understanding, the only way you're going to really be able to clear this contest real quick and easy is if you have all the required superstars that are going to be covered in Gear San's video, as well as Killer Kross too. Having him is going to be beneficial. Then when it comes to the actual boss battle side of things, unless you have Tech Brock Lesnar, unless you have a high rating honky tonk man striker, if you're lucky, unless you have mutant Tech Andre, unless you have Ezekiel, who I mentioned earlier, unless you got these guys or Karrion Kross, you're not really going to do much. And basically that's sad because it's called Faction Boss Battle. So I can see a lot of people getting a little bit offended, a little bit downtrodden when it comes to this, because you're literally, this is one of those situations, and I was telling it to my faction earlier in the week, but maybe a couple days ago. But quite frankly, when it comes to Faction Boss Battle, This isn't a situation where you hop in with anything and everyone and expect to carry. This is not one of those boss battles. This is one of those ones where you come in with your boss breaker ability equipped. Oh, maybe you have them maxed out at level 10. Hopefully you got the right characters. There has to be communication. There has to be cohesiveness. There has to be chemistry. It isn't a thing of you blowing up your blowing up your Discord. Hey, can you carry me? Can you carry me? No. If you're joining this group, you have to carry your weight. You have to carry your work. And also, I also like what Scopely did say in their blog. If you didn't read it, it's a little tidbit, fine print situation where they literally say, "Hey, we get it. Y'all trying to get your points. You're trying to do your thing, boo-boo, honey child. But guess what? If any of your teammates disconnects in a boss battle, you're not getting the full points." So that's more disheartening for the effort that goes into these short sprint events of boss battle, because a boss battle can be over in one turn. If you got the right people, everyone's signal straight, everyone's communicating, everyone's doing things good before Karrion Kross unloads every single ability that he has, you're good. But then what happens when you get to that turn 2, that turn 3? Because it can happen. It can happen. And honestly, looking at stuff like that, I don't know if it's worth a tidbit, but I'm just saying, if you have vitality straps for certain characters, you might want to equip those and vitality medals on certain characters specifically for boss battle, so that way you can at least last long enough, at least last enough turns to come back in and get that coup de grace, that grand closing situation. It's a thought. I'm not the big head meta when it comes to champions, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, on the outside looking in, certain characters can utilize vitality straps and medals, level 5s. That might be a good usage of those, so you have longer survivability in boss battle and you can make it. But literally, if you don't have Karrion Kross, if you don't have Ezekiel, if you don't got, I believe, Tech Andre or Tech Brock, and I believe also Johnny Knoxville is also playing a role in this contest overall, you're going to be SOL in these situations. But don't be disheartened, man. I got faith in y'all. I got strong faith in you all. It's been a rough year overall with champions when it comes to resources. Coins are always going to be something that is great to have, because coins are easy to farm up. Coins are always good to utilize. But when it comes to tokens and TP, that's too RNG. And that before I go, I also want to just say this. I love Kross, but like I said in the past video, I'm not going to be spending in mobile games like that anymore. Goddess of Nikkei, Goddess of Victory Nikkei, they got good solid passes for certain costumes and outfits for my waifus. So I'm willing to drop $20 disposable income on that, because I'm not going to miss $20 there. Even when it comes to the free to play, comes to the packs over here for the free to play units. My Corbin's already at 4-star silver without me having to spend a cent. So I'm at that point where I'm kind of like, you know what? It's doable. It can be done. It's not the end of the day either. If I don't get the free to play unit up in the first month that I have them, I can always take them up with regular tokens and resources after the fact. So there's no real need for me to invest in it anymore. And after that whole debacle, like I said, I had to go and find a reassurance and speak with my little bro about investing in that $200 pack. At first, it seemed like a great idea, even with the portal milestones. Depending on where your account is, depends on how useful it's going to be. And again, what you get today is going to be gone tomorrow. So I'm really leaning back moving forward this year, not to spend. However, talking about that though, does have me intrigued in bringing back a free-to-play account. I'm going to bring back a free-to-play account. Don't know how long I'm going to utilize it, but with the new year, I figured why not start a new account. I know I missed out on Buster Cena. I had the idea to do it back then. I had the idea to do it during the 12 days of Christmas, but I'm thinking now, because we had the whole little debacle the other day with the Hall of Fame units. We had the whole situation where we had the free X-Pac, Sean Waltman shards come up, and then you had the Hall of Fame. Some people got it, some people didn't. I logged in, I didn't see it. But it looks like we're going to get a free Nash and a free Hall. No. We're going to get a free Nash and a free X-Pac coming into January. We'll see how that goes. But from what I'm getting, you can recruit Waltman for you can recruit him through the shards and get him at 4-star silver. And I'm not sure what you got to do for Nash, but it's going to be cool having the whole clique, the NWO, together in Hall of Fame form. And more than likely, you already know if there's going to be content that pertains to them, then Hall of Fame Hogan and Hall of Fame Hall, hey yo, are going to play a role with getting everything sorted out there. So it is going to be intriguing. But I do think I'm going to bring back a free-to-play account, strictly free-to-play, no cards attached, no portal account either. I'm just going to see. I might make a little flimsy portal account for that account. We'll see what happens with that, but we'll see what happens. But I am excited to see Karrion Kross coming to the game. I'm not excited about the faction boss battle, but there's a lot of great content creators out there like Gearson and Merrick's that got you covered on the information you need, so you know what you got to do, and it's broken down to you, properly spoon-fed to all of you, so you know what you're getting into. There aren't no surprises. So I'm wishing y'all all the best of luck. Good luck to everybody who goes after Kross. Again, I wouldn't say that he's on Rocker Sean level. I would not say that he's on Rocker Sean level, but I would say that he is a beast. He's going to be good. It's just you got to understand what you're utilizing him for. And this new format of these moves being used while you're pinned is a very fascinating trait. It's something different. It's I don't know where they're going with this. I genuinely do not know, but they have some type of vision, and it's kind of like I feel they're moving them into a meta because of the big damage that 6-stars are going to be doing. You're going to be in a lot of pinning situations. So it's like we're going to rehash and revamp the reversal situation by adding on new moves that can go with it. So who knows? I'm literally thinking now, after everything being said and done, what would have happened if they had done this with Nikki Ash? Almost a superhero, because her whole thing during her stint was her doing the surprise roll-up in the pin situation. So I'm thinking we're going to get a character where it's literally someone who does that. And I'm not too sure who would be the prime time unit to represent that type of cheating situation. It's going to be somebody. It's going to be somebody. They might throw James Ellsworth out there for all I know. But if there is a wrestler out there that who has utilized efficiently the roll-up pin, you tell me. Because the only people that are coming up to my mind now, honestly, are because of the 24/7 title, are R-Truth and Akira Tozawa. Nothing wrong with getting another R-Truth. Nothing wrong. We're long overdue with another Tozawa. He's went through a whole gimmick change himself on Raw. So we'll see what happens. But you should already know what it's about to be. I got to get out of here. I've been here long enough. Hey, yo. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love to every single one of you who support me and my channel and my content. I got nothing but love for you. But again, in the description below is going to be a link to Gearson's contest to break it down, as well as the boy Merrick's faction boss prep guide. So he is going to cover the best characters and abilities to use against the champion that we face in faction boss battle. Make sure that you've been doing your scouting missions. And also, again, the Broski Lucario be dropping gems. A lot of great people, man. From Lucario, the Gluist, Coach. There's a lot of good people within different discords that are dropping straight knowledge on people, man. But I liked what the paraphrase that Lucario said. He's like, when it comes to champions in Scopely, they take care of the rich. Sometimes they look out for the poor, but they could care less about the middle class, the in-between players that spend here and there. And that's unfortunate. And because it's literally like a thing of you need to spend you basically spending last month is going to help you out with this month. It shouldn't be a situation like that. It should be a situation. I remember the days where DJ NIZT had a video where he was basically saying that you don't have to do every MLC. You stack up. You do it, you get your resources, and when the person comes around, the husband or waifu team, the tandem that comes around that you like, you go after, and then you hold off and hoard. This time around in 2022, it seems like you have to do everything and anything to get everyone and everybody so you can get the next person up. And that's not cool. I understand increase in power creep. Power creep's always going to be a thing, but making it blatant where every month is a cash grab situation, and there's only certain contests where they'll throw you a bone. You know what I mean? Like Embrace the Vision Seth, Hall of Fame Brett, Hall of Fame Snoop, where you can do a majority of the content and then only spend a little bit and still walk away with the character. They have given those, and Riddle as well, Tech Riddle for sure. But also on the other side of things, not so much. 2021 overall was a better year compared to 2022, but 2023 is ahead, so we'll see what they do. But at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, always know that you're champion. I got nothing but love for you. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts about Karrion Kross? I'm happy to see him here. I'm going to be happy with whatever shards I get. His prize wall is looking like bootios, and the deals for the mutants and stuff, you might be enticed, but it's up to you. If you pulled something great, I've seen people pull great stuff, kudos to you, but at the end of the day, you should be investing in packs that are going to truly benefit and solidify your roster's mobility and versatility moving forward. So at the end of the day, I love you all. Got nothing but love and respect for you. Y'all let me know. Let's chop it up in the comments below, and make sure to check out the links within the description. But until next time, y'all, if I don't make a video in the upcoming day, Happy New Year's, my beloved hashtag champions fam. And good Lord willing, I'll see you in 2023. I'm out. Peace. TikTok.